Hello, how is your weekend? It's good to see you again today. In today's lab, we're going to talk about speaker and sound synthesis. Well, first of all, we know that we can make sound by generating a wave. There are several kinds of waves like sine wave, square wave, triangle wave, or sawtooth wave. For our Arduino, it is easy to generate a square wave because we can always output high and low for a certain amount of time to create the square wave. Regardless of the shape of wave, if we create a wave at a certain frequency, we would hear a note. For example, if we generate a square wave at the frequency of 262 Hz, you would hear a note C. Although, and if you continue generating the frequency, you will continue to hear the note. And if you want to hear a higher pitch C or a higher note Do, well, just double the frequency. You would get a higher pitch note. Now, let's think how will we generate a note? Well, we know that we have a delay function or delay microsecond functions in our Arduino. So, how to generate a square wave? Basically, I just have to output with the digital write with the high value for half the period of the frequency, and then output low for half of the period of the frequency. So this way, one period of note, I would get a perfect square wave. How will you calculate the frequency? Well, we know that there are 1 million microseconds in a second. So let's say that I want 262 wave in a second. So I just divide 1 million with the 262 and then divide that value by half to generate the half period time. However, our Arduino equips us with the tone function and the no tone function. So you can just use the tone function and say, I want this pin to output with certain frequency. For example, if I want the pin number 3 to output the frequency 262, I just say tone with argument 3 and 262. To keep it on for 1 second, I add the delay 1000. Once I want to stop, I just say no tone. Anyway, that's the concept for today's lab. Let's see the demonstration. This is the equipment that you will need for today's lab. The speaker and your main Arduino lab. Well, you may wonder where is the speaker port that I mentioned in the sheet. Here it is. This is these two pins. So you can just plug it in like this. In this exercise, you can just copy the code from the sheet and upload it to your Arduino board. Well, you may notice that I declare few constants to specify the frequency of each node, and then I create an array so that I can put my node in. I also create another array to specify the duration of each node. I want C5 to stay for a quarter, 1/4, and I want G4 to stay for 1/8, and so on. Given that I don't have to set up for anything, I can just leave the setup blank, and in the main loop I just loop, iterate through the node and say tone out with each node and wait for a certain amount of time. Let's see how it works. This is the result. You hear a short tone and it would stop for a few seconds and then start again. For exercise number 2, you just have to replace the note with the Chulalongkorn song. Let's try. Replace the note and the duration with the Chulalongkorn song. Let's see the result. Okay, what do you get? For me, this is what I got. Well, I would assume that your result would somewhat similar to mine. Now, are we having fun yet? Well, the fun part is in exercise number 3. For exercise number 3, you would have to do the serial input. Still remember how to do the serial input from the last lab? It's easy, right? Just call the serial read. Alright, let's see how it works. For this exercise, I already provide a template for you, so you just have to complete the template. Here, I already set up the serial port for you, and this code will read the key. Now, what you have to do, you just have to use the switch case to check for each condition. This one, I output the node small c, and if I got a capital C, I output a higher pitch C. So just fill in the list like case D. What would you get? Fill in the missing code here. Okay. Alright. Let's put it to work. So if I input small c and capital C together, I should hear do and higher do. Alright. I leave it to you to fix the code and fill in the list. Enjoy. The last exercise would allow you to play any song with our Arduino. So feel free to put whatever music, whatever song that you wanted to play, and have fun with it. Well, until then, stay safe, stay cool, and see you again next week. There are funs ahead of us. Goodbye.